Everyone wants to know how to find a product to sell on Amazon, but that's the easy part. The real question is, how do you know if the product you find is going to make you money or cost you a fortune? I'm gonna go through my 5-step process for validating Amazon FBA products, and then I'm gonna show you something I just discovered that's literally a game changer that will allow you to validate products in an instant.
Wow.
What's up, Rebels? JT Franco here, the no bullshit Amazon seller. And today I'm gonna dig into how do you actually validate a product to know if it's going to sell. This is the key question. Okay, everyone can find a product, everyone can launch a product, doesn't mean that product is actually going to be good. And that's where fortunes are made and lost. So I have a 5-step process. I'm gonna go be bouncing back between the whiteboard here and my computer so you can actually get an idea of what we're looking for. Okay, so the first one, something I call sales signs. So everyone, when they look for a product, they're looking for something with no competition. And that is actually the opposite of what you want to be looking for. You don't want no competition. You want healthy competition. You want to know that this product is selling and the people that are already selling the product are proving the product, the concept for you, right? So you want to know that a product has healthy sales so that when you jump into this product and start selling it for yourself, you can have an estimation of where you'll fall in. You don't need to necessarily gun for the top spot and you don't want to gun for the bottom. You want to find a product where, hey, if I can fit into the middle, I can still make some money. So the way we're gonna look at sales signs, basically we're looking at, is this product selling and how many sales can we expect? And the way we're gonna do that is by going into the computer and showing you. All right guys, so we are on Amazon now. And what we're gonna do to see the sales signs is we're gonna go look up a product, right? And the way to see the sales signs, the easiest way to do it is to use a tool, use a software. So if you've been following my channel, you know I use Launch, but right now I'm actually testing a brand new software. It's called ZonBase. So ZonBase, there will be a link in the description if you want to check it out. I will do a more in-depth video about this later. But ZonBase is basically a product research tool, brand new one that just came out. It has a bunch of cool features, a bunch of new stuff that's kind of attracted me over to it. But if you've used any drop-down or any Chrome extension, you're gonna be familiar with a screen like this, okay? So basically what ZonBase is doing is reading the data from Amazon and it's giving you the statistics of all the products on this page, right? So you got the price, you got the BSR, bestseller rank, you got the monthly sales, monthly revenue. So when we're looking at the sales signs, what we're doing is we're looking at the monthly sales, we're looking at the revenue, we're seeing how many sales can you expect to get, how many sales are people already getting on this page. So you can see the resistance bands, there is a huge amount of revenue going through, $160,000 a month, $70,000, you wanna see how deep does this go, right? And it goes pretty deep. They got, it's $37,000 a month. Monthly sales anywhere from 500 to some of these guys doing 10,000 sales every single month. And we can see here also that we're gonna be looking at the search volume. So search volume of 588,000 searches a month is quite a lot, right? So we got the monthly sales and you can kind of see from here, okay, these are the sales signs, this is what you can expect. Can I afford to get into this market, right? Those are the questions you're gonna be asking yourself. And just by looking at this, I can tell you that this is a very, very oversaturated market. The amount of sales, the amount of reviews, or the average review on this page are 1,000 reviews. So you're gonna have a very tough time getting into this market because you're gonna have to be on this first page, you're gonna have to compete with these level of sales, right? You're gonna be needing to get at least 1,000 sales every single month just to be here, if not more, okay? So the next thing we're gonna look at, once you understand that, is we're gonna look at the BSR. So the BSR is the bestseller rank. This is a snapshot of the product at any given moment saying how well is this product selling, so you can see the sales history. Now the BSR, the lower the better, right? So if you're number one, you are the number one ranked product in the category. So the category of outdoor and sports. Now the cool thing, if we go into ZonBase, you can actually click into this sales history and you can see that it has had a very high BSR, or technically low BSR, and it carries that. So what we're trying to see here when we look at this is this consistency of the sales, right? Is this product seasonal? Is it a Valentine's Day gift? Is it something that's bought in summer or Christmas, right? And we can see that for all the products as we go through here. And you'll see different dips. You can kind of check the month, October, March. Sometimes it might just mean they ran out of stock. Sometimes it shows seasonality, right? But it seems like a pretty consistent year-round selling type of product. So that is sales signs. You're looking at the estimates from softwares and you're looking at the BSR on Amazon and seeing the consistency of sales. So the next thing that we're gonna look at is your opportunity balance. Now this one is the one that has a lot of nuances. It's the one where you're gonna have to learn by looking and gaining experience, but I'm gonna explain it for you like this, okay? So we're looking at the opportunity of these markets. Now, the one pet peeve I have with these Amazon gurus out there, the other people on YouTube trying to show you how to do things, is they'll give you a hard and fast rule, something set in stone. They'll say it cannot have more than 75 reviews. It must be between this much revenue and this much revenue. It must have only this many sellers on the first page, right? Like, they're giving you these rules that really are limiting you to a certain criteria that is not the greatest, okay? So when we're looking at an opportunity, we're looking at a market, we are judging the opportunity based on the risk and the reward. So you can have a market. Let's say, the top sellers are doing 100,000 and there's a lot of competition, but there's also a lot of demand. So there's a lot of competition, but there's so much demand that there's still enough to get around. So let's say the top of the market is 100K, okay? But mid-market is like 30K. So you can get somewhere in the middle and you can be making 30K a month, and there's enough demand to support this, right? So there's high reward, but there's also high risk because it's a very expensive market, right? You got to look at this practically and say, okay, to make 30K a month, how many units do I need to sell? And how many units do I sell means how much money do I need to spend? So to make this money, it's like high reward, right? So this is revenue, right? So let's say the product is actually selling for $30, okay? To make 30K a month, to get into that middle, you need to sell 1,000 units, right? 1,000 units. So how much is it going to cost you to actually source 1,000 units? You're selling for $30. Let's say it costs you $5, right? $5 per unit, right? $5 a unit. So to even get enough product, enough units to sell, you need to spend $5,000 just to have enough product for that first month. So yes, it's higher reward, but it's also higher risk because it's gonna be more expensive for you to get into this market. And if you don't kill it, right? If this is your first product and you're unexperienced, a lot of these players who are playing in this range will be able to outplay you. So that is the opportunity balance. If that's the high end. Now let's take it to the other end. Let's say there's a product where the top end is 30K. Right? Top end is 30K, mid-range is 5K. And you can get into the mid-range for 5K. And let's do the same calculation. Let's say it's $30 a unit. I need to take out my calculator because I am not that great at math. $30 a unit, that's 166 units, and that is $5 a unit, $833, right? So the opportunity there is different. So this is a lower end market, not as much demand, not as much competition, but it's an easy in for you. You spend less money, you make 5K a month instead of gunning for 30K a month, but this is less risk, less reward, but it's more safe per se, right? So you got to look at the opportunity balance as where is my range? How much can I afford to spend? How much of a product revenue can I actually gun after and be, relatively safe inside? And look at it instead of making, one product that makes 30K, look at making, a couple products that make 5K or a couple products, 10 products that make $500 a month, right? So that's lower risk, lower reward, but an easier in. And that is the balance of opportunity where it's really a nuance of, you have to look at it, you have to look at the numbers and see where you can shoe in. Profitability, okay? Are you going to make money? Very simple question and very simple to get the answer. Obviously, if you're not gonna make money, none of the other stuff matters because that's the whole goal of the game. So this is how you find out profitability. So now when we look at profitability, you're gonna go to something called the Amazon FBA calculator, okay? So this is actually created by Amazon, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the ASIN. So I'm gonna click onto it, you're gonna grab the ASIN here, it's after the DP, and it starts with a B0. And you're gonna go ahead and paste the ASIN right there. And what Amazon's gonna do, it's gonna pull this product up, it's got all the units, all the dimensions, and everything like that. And you're gonna go ahead and put in the price. So don't worry about the left side, that's your fulfillment. This is Amazon fulfillment, so this is FBA, this is what we are doing, right? So you're gonna go, the price is what, $30, let's say. And you're gonna calculate that, and it's gonna give you the stats, but let's go ship to Amazon. So let's say it's $1.50. This is super light product, right? So that's that. So you put that in there, and then the last step you wanna do is the cost of the product, right? So if we go to Alibaba, and we go resistance band, and you search that, what you're gonna do is find it somewhere that looks like the same product. These are kind of a different looking resistance band with a hook at the end. try to find it. So there, this guy, right? So 4 to 7 bucks. What else we got? 4 to 480, 5. So yeah, let's just say, you know, let's say 450. So you put 450. You're gonna calculate that, and the margin is actually quite good. Okay, so you want to get at least, I like to shoot for a 50% margin when you're doing these estimates, and that's going to tell you, okay, this is something that actually could be profitable if, you know, the market was good. You're making about $14.50 per, and let's say you were to actually compete and sell 1,000 units, you would be making about $14,000 every single month. But again, the cost for this is it's gonna cost you, right? Because you have to order so many units. All right, so now on to number 4. Now, this is what I call the Grand Slam screen. So the Grand Slam screen is basically asking yourself, how are you different? How can you stand out, right? You nail this all down. You understand the market, the current market, and the current space. Now, how can you get in there and be different? Not be a copycat product. Be something that actually stands out, that's gonna draw attention from your customers, right? Is that more quantity, better quality, a bigger size, some kind of bundle, some kind of, you know, free item, a way to stick out from the crowd. And finally, once you figure that out, you're gonna ask yourself if it has any empire potential. So empire potential is the last thing on the list, because this is now, okay, you have a bunch of products. Ideally, you'll have a couple products, maybe 4, 5, 10 products that passed all 4, right? From 1 to 4. Now you're asking, between these products, which one has the greatest chance of creating an entire product line, of creating an entire brand off of? Especially if this is your first product, you want to say, okay, once I launch this product, is there a logical second product that complements this brand? Is it some, you know, is it a one-off product where it's just, this is the product and then I have to go into a totally different category afterwards? Or is this one product and I have my second, my third, and my fourth product already lined up around this brand of product? Whether it's the category, whether it's, you know, the type of mission, the type of material, whatever it may be, which one has, you know, a second and third and fourth follow-up product that can make a cohesive portfolio around? And that is what I call the empire potential. So now that we figured out the way I usually do this manually, let's get into the brand new thing that I just literally discovered, this game changer that's gonna make life a whole lot easier for you guys. Because as I've been doing this, you know, making videos about Amazon for the last 3 years now, I've had always the one question: can you just tell me what to sell? Can you tell me if this product is gonna be good or if this product is gonna be bad? And I might have just found a solution if you're that person asking that question, and let's get into it. So now for this brand new feature that actually is gonna be a game changer for you guys. It really drew me to Zonbase, something that you know, I've never really seen anywhere else before, so I needed to bring this to you guys because validating products, like I said, is the money of the game. And a lot of people come to me and ask me, hey JT, can you just give me a good product? Or can you tell me if this product is gonna sell or not? And it's really tough to give up products because, like, you know, you can teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. You can give a man to fish and he'll eat, you know, one fish, however the saying goes. So what Zonbase does, or has now, is called a product validator. So what you do is you submit your product to them. They actually go through it, and I talked to the CEO, right? I talked to Lewis, and he told me that you know, my number one concern was, is this something that is just some kind of algorithm? Is this some kind of software where you put in a product and it spits out like an opportunity score, like you see with Jungle Sky, you see with Viral Launch? But this is actually done manually. So they have a team of experts that actually will go through and look through your products, and they'll tell you if, you know, if it's worth launching, if it's gonna sell on Amazon, if it's gonna make you money. So the way it works, you send them the product idea, and they're gonna go ahead and give you a huge report to see if it's worth selling or not. Now it's $200 for one product, but I do have a discount code. So if you just click on this, you have promo code, click that button, and you enter Empire, that's not the right code, Empire 50. You click redeem and you get 50% off. So it's $98 to check a single product. Now some of you might thinking that's expensive, and some of you might know that that's very cheap, because I'll tell you what, I lost thousands upon thousands of dollars by not validating products right and launching crappy products. Okay, now that 50% off goes if you want to do this one or this one, but let's look what actually happens when you get this report. Okay, boom. So here is an actual report that it's exactly what it's gonna look like when you get it sent back to you, and this is a product validated report on resistance bands. Okay, so they give you the monthly searches, they give you the top keywords, so just not just the #1 keyword, but the top keywords, what those searches look like, and it gives you an entire, like I said, an entire giant checklist. They give you a red, yellow, or green light, but let's go right through this, okay? So is it a product we know to be saturated? Yes. Oversaturated. Top competitors sell at least 10 per day? Yes. Do keywords exist for this product? Cannot be too unique or an invention? Yes, keywords exist. Is it a fad? They say yes, and they'll give you actually reasoning down later. Okay. At least 50% of the product listed on the first page have less than 100 reviews. No. So this is the market competitive landscape of the product. Okay. And then they go to the product itself. So the average price, the average monthly revenue. The final price point cannot be too low, right? Below 20 bucks, and it's very hard to make money there. So, they give you the average price, 45 bucks. Average review for the product, average number of units sold per month. So there you go. All the sales signs, everything we talked about, right? That's broken down right here for you. Year-round sales, not just seasonal. Yes. Product simple to use. Yes. Lightweight. Simple item, not fragile or breakable. Yeah, so it actually is a great product as an Amazon product to sell. It's checking a lot of these boxes off. The problem is, it's a little saturated. Is this category restricted, right? Are we looking at hazmat things? Is it oversized? Is it a gated category? So all these things, and I'll tell you, I did launch a product that was in a category that wasn't, it was adult toys. It was an adult toys product, which I didn't know because it was just, it was a banner, and I actually wasn't allowed to run PPC, and that screwed me. If I did this, I would have saved 13 or 1600 bucks on my very first product. Listed, gated products, none of these, and then they go into an actual conclusion, an actual breakdown, right? Concern on the product is being oversaturated. Many launches at the same time cause PPC bids to be too high. Some new sellers can give up and liquidate their stocks, and this will lower prices for everyone. That's another good point. If a lot of people are launching this as too saturated, all of a sudden new sellers are having to liquidate, right? All Amazon sales data may be skewed if there are many artificial promotions underway. So again, they're breaking down why it's too saturated, the reasons it's too saturated, and why this oversaturation is going to be really hard for you. Selling at 45 USD and above shows a certain value that needs to be informed in the listing. So here again, they do this manually, like I said, and the CEO of the actual CEO of Zonbase, who is a Amazon seller himself, of course, does his own breakdown of the product as a product by itself. The resistance band is a perfect Amazon product because it's small, lightweight, non-breakable, almost impossible for you to get negative reviews, cheap to produce, and it can have nice photos. All in all, it's a great product. However, the competitive marketplace for this niche is one of the worst on Amazon. It has the most competitive niche for beginners. Products like resistance bands is the reason why our product's validator is born. Please consider selling another product. Okay, and then again, they go into the rationale of all the reasonings they gave earlier. So again, guys, such an awesome thing here that Zonbase launched. Honestly, this is gonna be a game changer for a lot of you guys that just have a bunch of products. Maybe you narrowed it down to 3, or you went through the checklist, the 5 pillars. You have your own list of like 3 to 5 products, and you just need that last touch on what is actually gonna be worth it for me. What is the one that I wanna go with? So if you come to them with 3 products, and you use the promo code Empire50, all of a sudden you pay 150 bucks and you are gonna have a very good idea on which product that you picked is going to be the one to launch. And 150 bucks, that's less than a cost of a sample for most of these things. So again, super cool thing, super cool way to validate your product, get it done really quickly, get it done really efficiently by an Amazon FBA team of experts. The link for this page will be down below with the discount code as well. Hopefully this video helped you out. If you want to learn more about Amazon FBA, click one of the videos on the screen here. My name is Franco, the no bullshit Amazon seller. Be a rebel, build an empire.
I am made to be free.